And the country that has been the second most successful throughout these games in Taekwondo is Cuba. They have surprised many, although it would not surprise Lizarraga. He is well aware of how good José Cobas is and how good the Cuban fighters are. Lizarraga, a young man, highly touted, world championship silver in 2013. He's only 22 years old. Gold in Central America and Caribbean Games. Gold this year in the Canadian Open. Last time he was up here in February in Canada, he won gold. A point apiece for these two gentlemen right here. He also, up in Canada, he got gold. In the Mexico Open, he got gold. And he took a trip to Paraguay, and he got, you guessed it, he got gold. Looking for gold here today, but he will need to get past this super talented José Cobas here with 30 seconds remaining in the first. These two have felt each other out. These two have flashed some beautiful weapons, and we are at 1-1. Cobas, also young, 21. Gold in the Central American Games. These are two of the top young Taekwondo athletes in the world at this weight. Would be amazing. One of them will go through. Be amazing if they will get a chance, whichever it is. Great round to face one of the legends in the sport. We will see him shortly. Steven Lopez, he's in our other semifinal, but this one looking hot right here. Lizarraga trying to come forward. Right there, Cobas in the red, slicing into the body. Some epic slow-mo here. You see some of the chaos going in there. Wonderful action. When you put yourself in there, if you can imagine it, it isn't just about what you're trying to do. There's another man trying to kick you in the head at the same time, and in that chaos, you're searching for perfection. We are tied at 1. There was a coach's challenge. The reason it felt, if you're watching at home, in the great art of Taekwondo, the reason it felt like that 1 minute was a little longer. They do have 1 minute recovery time. It was a little longer. There was a coach's challenge. It was denied. We remain 1 each. 1-1 here in the first semi-final match in the men's under 80 kilogram division. The winner will go through and be our first finalist to compete for the gold. The loser will fight for the bronze. Some great action. Lizarraga deflected that kick by Cobas and tried to spin and catch him from behind. Introduce that back leg, but leaves his feet and gets a warning. A half point for that Kyongo warning penalty. Lizarraga of Mexico in the blue. Cobas of Cuba in the red. 1 apiece. There are a big variety in this division, age-wise, experience-wise. These are two of the top young guys. And one of them will go to the finals. And they will face somebody very experienced between the next two semi-finalists. So we're going to have some pretty exciting fights coming forward, starting with this one right here, halfway through the second. Two of the top youngsters in the world. Lizarraga, a lot of pressure now on these Mexicans as they've watched their countrymen and women compete and win and compete and win and medal. We've already seen Heredia move through. Great stuff there, and it is the Cuban who goes up 2-1. And now 3-1. No. It looked like a definitive kick, but that electronic scoring system did not register it. Was not enough power. As a result, Lizarraga got one, but then a penalty point now. So Cuba, a lot of action, a lot of back and forth. Little mental games going on here too. Great high-level stuff. After two in our first men's under 80 semifinals, René Lizarraga of Mexico and José Cobas of Cuba. Let's look at some of the action. After frenzied action between the two, it is Cobas who is ahead. Multiple kicks, doubles and triples. Cobas up by one. This one is anyone's contest. This will decide our first finalist in the men's under 80 kilogram. In the great art of Taekwondo, Cuba up by one. Lizarraga in the blue of Mexico. And I believe he scored, but so does the Cuban. There's a lot of pressure on these Mexican youngsters as they just keep rolling along here. Great lateral movement by Lizarraga. Didn't introduce a counter. And some good feints too. Does it land? No, it doesn't. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. The Cuban up by one. If he can defeat Lizarraga, it will be the first Mexican fighter that has not fought in the finals here in Pan Am Toronto 2015. And that pressure is young René Lizarraga feeling it right now. He's got a minute. That's a long time in this sport. And he scores! Small momentum shift from behind on the scoreboards to this one belongs to either one of us right now. Lizarraga, 40 seconds left, tied it up. Nobody wants to make a mistake here. It was Cobas looking for the counter. Lizarraga closed the distance. Tried to intercept with the punch. One mistake will end this fight. Does the spinning head kick land? The judges say no. And if nothing, right down to the wire, we will go to sudden death overtime. And you talk about pressure. Down to the wire. The kid, Lizarraga, was able to tie it up. He tried a spinning kick down the wire at the end, too. A lot of courage, a lot of heart to go for it. You need one to score, and he was going for 4. So we go to the 4th round. The sudden death, sudden victory. The minute of rest is up. Any point, be it Gamjeon or Kyung-go, from the previous 3 rounds are not taken into consideration. So we wipe the slate clean. And when a contestant scores the first point in this sudden death round, he or she is declared the winner. So the man who scores here, no matter how it happens, that's right, we wipe it all. Any point is the golden point. And there was a push. And that's a half-point penalty. So his aggression, the youngster's aggression, really put Cobas on his heels. But a touch of over-aggression resulted in that half-point penalty. Great. Cobas tries to spear through with the cut kick. And Cobas takes it with the cleanest shot of the match. And René Lizarraga, the highly touted, highly ranked, highly skilled youngster, will have to compete for the bronze as José Cobas of Cuba is the first semifinalist in the men's under 80 kilogram division in the wonderful sport and art of Taekwondo. The sudden death point, the golden point, and it was the cleanest, most technical kick of the match. Boom. Wow, they were trading shots. Get there, a gunfight down the wire. A few paces and fire, and it was the gun